Hello again, Twitch! Hopefully you can hear my co-host now.
Hey, everybody.
Hopefully.
Alright, let's check the comments. Can everyone hear that?
Just to make him nervous.
We are talking. Can you hear us talk?
Okay, I'm actually gonna increase the volume on you guys a teeny tiny bit. I switched to different service for Discord, so hopefully that makes it easier to hear my co-hosts. No one's commenting. Come on, commenters, can you hear them?
I can say things now.
Monkey, you're standing right in front of the camera.
Oh shoot, sorry. I forgot you had the follow cam. The follow cam was not working for me. Okay.
I've got it right now, getting a decent shot of all three of us.
Toes sounds quiet. Toes, you do sound actually a bit quiet. Drummer, you sound fine.
Oh, I can usually just move my microphone closer.
Perfect. That's good. Okay, so like we were saying before, this is the green versus purple matchup. Very surprising to see these two teams here. Purple was solid first throughout the season. Green was a solid second. So to see them in the third and fourth place match is a bit of a surprise for us.
Yeah,
it just showed a lot about the player styles, I think, is that you really couldn't predict what was going to happen game to game. We had a lot of really good, solid teams. A lot of it came down to that particular game and how the players were on that particular day.
I think that it was kind of a culmination of some anomalies within the finals.
That's very true.
You had the weirdness with the white and purple game, and then you also had the fact that green was fairly dominant, mostly because they were able to do really well in a game like Capture the Flag, which a lot of other really good teams floundered, and that's actually the only way that they beat purple before.
Okay.
Capture the Flag. So to see how that will match up here will be kind of interesting, because we see a team that was very dominant in both settings and a team that was a little more dominant in a setting that isn't really relevant in the finals.
That's true, that's true. Oh, Jung-Yi mentions that you guys are both still pretty quiet. I'm gonna try turning you both up a little bit more on my audio settings. Okay, Jung-Yi said, Toes is so quiet we can't understand him. Do you want to turn yours up a little bit more?
Yeah, let me actually turn up my
Alright.
microphone.
Should we...
That is better.
Yep. Should we start pulling some teams in here then?
I think it's time to start bringing them in.
It is, definitely. I'm sure they are raring to go. Okay, I've invited the two team captains. Hopefully they pull everybody else in with them. Oops. That should be enough of the team that they all get here.
For the stream to know, we are going to set up one of us at each of the three barns on the map.
Hello, everyone.
What's up, guys?
Hey guys. How's it going?
I'm just gonna go get in position.
You all need to spectate.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Spectate.
And Drummer, you'll need to... Oh, you've already set up the scoreboard. So we've got a 15-minute match, 100 hits, regular starting items. All right, Purple, you were in first place this season, so you get to decide which end you want to start on.
Blue.
Okay.
And as usual, Noble, I'm going to make you a host once we're in position so you can start the game. Once the game starts, I'll remove the host powers.
Okay, I gotta do something.
All right, I'm going to need a minute to get into position because I'm going to the far end. We are going to have Toes over the barn on the side. Drummer is going to be on the... Is that the red barn or the blue barn? That's the blue barn.
Blue barn.
I'm going to the red barn. So between the three of us, we should have a fairly decent view of the field. I notice a lot of people are they really enjoyed the player follow cams. I can fit 2 players in my stream setup without too much trouble. So I want to hear in the comments who you guys want to follow. 1 per team, please. And I'm gonna get my stream set up
personally-
so that I can see different parts of the field.
I would personally say Think and Mighty are probably going to be the two best views in this particular game. Either that or Think and Mr. Elmo.
Josh votes for Noble. We also have a vote for Noble and Mighty from Otto, and Gerbil says
Oh,
also what Noble
Nobles and
said.
Dot.
So,
Okay.
all right. So I'm gonna put Noble Archer and Mighty Big Minus on mine. Drummer might have his own picks. All right. So you can see. Okay, so this one should be my point of view. We've got Touch Your Toes' point of view on this one. That's midfield. And Drummer Geek from the Red Barn. Also have Noble Archer being followed and Mighty Big Minus being followed. So that's what I've got for my stream setups. Actually, put this here so I can look at it without it being too much in the way of the action. Drummer, are we ready to go? Do you want to give teams a signal of some sort?
Yep, I think we're set. Let's see, 1 second. My stream mixer's being it's slowing everything down. I think I'm gonna just do my POV because the stream mixer is really slowing. It is causing the graphics to go weird.
Okay.
But I'll track the scoreboard more than you guys do on that.
Okay.
I'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah, I don't have a really
You guys are
great
following.
view here unless I turn all the way around, so...
I've got the scoreboard actually pulled up on my watch, so
Okay.
and
I look
hovering in front of me.
directly at the scoreboard when I look straight forward.
So, all right, I'm gonna make Noble a host so he can start the game, and then we'll get going.
All right, very exciting. These games are best of 3. We have not seen one go to 3 yet, but hopefully this time we do.
I think that this is probably the map where you'll see one go to 3. I think that depending on how the teams actually start, you can see blue get a major advantage in the beginning. That is kind of a hole that's really hard to dig out from on red side. So it's going to be kind of essential for red to kind of make sure they can prevent that advantage, or prevent blue from gaining that advantage very quickly.
Game on.
All right, here we go.
Team battle.
Game is on.
All right, so on the red side, we've got the green team, Mr. Elmo, Mighty Big Minus, Fat Guy in a Little Vibe, and RKJ are playing for the green team today. They've
And
already
on the
got one
blue
hit.
side, we've got the purple team with Tau, Rayborn, Noble Archer, and Think.
Yeah, and I see Tau coming up here already. He gets taken out quite promptly. Green seems to be hanging back a little bit. Hopefully they don't get spawn trapped in here.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. They have to make sure that they can prevent any of those players from getting in there, especially with like the shotgun.
Yeah,
Because that is a complete death trap.
yeah. It looks like Tau just came up the middle. He got taken out. But
Oh,
Green
yeah, it
is
looks
hanging
like-
back quite a bit.
It looks like green is kind of putting up that wall, making sure that no one can get through.
It seems to be
And
working.
it's working. It is
Mhm.
working very well.
They're
Yeah.
it's 9-2
9-2
right now.
for Green.
They're taking first blood, and they're taking it pretty strong.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the interesting thing is you have a very, very aggressive player like Noble, who it's definitely not going to work here, where you have this wall of like 3-on-1, 2-on-1 interactions you're going to have. Like, you don't get to take out anyone, and you have people just slamming you with shots.
Yeah.
Um,
I do see, it looks like Think coming around the side.
Think made it through.
Oh,
but
he
didn't
gets
last very
taken
long.
down.
We're at 4-13. There's a 9-point difference between the two teams already, and we're not even 2 minutes in. This is going to be a pretty intense game, I have a feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, gonna be an interesting game. Noble Archer coming up. He takes out Fat Guy in a Little Vibe. It looks like Tau is now in here making a little bit
they
of
are.
damage.
They are in trouble because
Yeah.
now they're starting to seep in.
Yeah.
That's exactly what starts to give huge advantage towards the blue team.
Hmm. Green
gonna be interesting
regrouping
to
quite a
see
bit down here.
If they can regroup well enough.
Noble is just
Yeah.
coming up beside.
You
He
see
is.
Rayborn gets a really good position up here, and once you start
Mhm.
shooting down from there, everyone else on
And
green is basically
Tao
gonna be
is
completely
in
distracted.
a little bit behind where the green has been setting up their wall. He's quite a bit back now and might be able to get some people unawares from behind. Not sure where he went.
Yeah, see,
Oh, he's up there now.
What Noble just did right there, that's actually one of the best moves you can do on this map, is that the grenades on red team are like your major salvation, because you can take out people in the barn, you can take out people coming up either side very quickly, and you
Yeah.
can't really do that on blue side. But if you can get to the grenades on the shed on the side before they can, you can toss a grenade and blow up their grenades and anyone trying to get a hold of them. As well as scattering the rest of them throughout the field.
Yeah, I've got Rayborn near the back here with a shotgun. Oh, as soon as I switch, he gets taken down.
So right now, green just crossed over the quarter of the way mark, but purple is making a hell of a comeback. We are currently sitting at 26 to 24.
Yep. This is
Noble
exactly
Archer with
the
a
scenario
shotgun
that
shield combo.
green had to make sure they didn't fall into, where you just have always at least one person from the blue team sitting in their base.
Mm-hmm.
It's so hard to come out of, because your attention is turned in several different directions, and just trying to figure out where the threat's coming from when you spawn is almost impossible.
Green's holding on to the lead right now, but it's not by much. That's a 2-point difference right now.
Yeah, and Tao is pushing in on the left side here for me. Oh, I don't think he saw Fat Guy and a Little Vive. They take each other out. Oh, there's a grenade getting chucked in from Think, it looks like. He's coming around. He's going to get quite a bit behind the green team. He takes out Fat Guy and a Little Vive.
He's gotten all the way into red base, and or blue base, and he's taking people out.
Oh, let's switch to his view for a while.
Yep,
oh, he died
he's
as soon as I switch. Well, we'll watch his view from down here.
But that can be a huge help for your own team. If you can get one person back there and just start wreaking havoc, then it prevents blue from moving forward as quickly, and you have some time to clear your own base. Like, you know,
all right.
get everything.
Lady gets taken down by Noble Archer with the shotgun.
For the first time in this game, purple has taken the lead, not by much, but we're currently set at 39-38 purple.
Unless red can get that configuration.
Oh, someone's trying to shoot the grenades just behind Rayborn. No luck
for them to dig out of this hole. It's not a big hole yet. It's definitely manageable right now, but
Mr. Elmo gets taken down by a grenade.
It's gonna get a lot worse.
RKJ trying to hit those grenades. Having a little bit of trouble. Not sure where the other two scattered to. Noble Archer up in the barn gets taken down. Mr. Elmo around on the side. Mighty Big Minus is heading up. Oddle on comments says purple is crushing. It's only a 2-point lead right now.
I think the more important thing to look at is that there's essentially two parts to this game, and the first is what happens directly after the bell rings, like the moment the game starts, because you can do like crazy things in that time period. Yeah. And then the second is when everyone starts getting into their flow, what happens then? Yeah. So.
And we did have a technical delay for the audio problem. So I know for a lot of teams, they played right up until their game and came into it warmed up and head in the game and all that. So the delay definitely can cause problems for teams. Oddle also makes the comment that Purple has cleared a 9-point deficit to come back from that.
That's
so
what I was talking about. The two parts of the game, we saw green absolutely dominate the first part of the game, but we're seeing purple actually dominate the second part.
Well, purple's in the lead. Purple's not leading right now. Green is taking the lead back.
51-49.
Green is holding on. Yeah, green is maintaining a 1 to 2 point lead.
Well, yeah, we saw them for a second start to set up the configuration they were able to at the beginning, and that's what did them a lot of good. But we're starting to see that falter again. We have blue players getting all the way up into the midst of
yeah, team. I see Noble Archer right now is as soon as I switch, he dies. Noble Archer was in here causing quite a bit of havoc. Currently 55-54 for the purple team. Rayborn pushing up. I think Noble Archer coming through the barn.
So based on what I'm seeing right now, scoreboard-wise, this could very well be the closest match we've officiated since the start of the league.
I do believe so.
I've never seen it hold this close.
Yeah. One of the reasons I think for that is the devs have allowed us to make a change where the first, second, and third place teams will all get the golden gun skins after the season. At the beginning, it was just going to be the first place team. So these teams are fighting for something. All those players want that golden gun skin.
Well, Green is regaining their lead. They're currently sitting at a 5-point lead right now.
Yeah, they've got a decent wall set up here in front of me. Only 1 or 2 players going down at a time, and they're catching almost all the purple players coming in at the moment. A lot of grenades! Mama Monkey loves the grenades!
That's the #1 way to clear out any of the parts in the barn, including the tower. Is if you can get the angle right on these grenades, you can clear house.
Yeah. Tao has come up behind. He takes out Mr. Elmo, but Mighty Big Minus gets him. There's a lot of comments about which team is which, and I'm confused.
At the blue base, and he's chucking grenades and just lobbing shots over. I don't know if it's with any...
Oh yeah, I can see them coming.
I don't know if it's any particular thing or if it's just hoping for the stray shot and staying back in case red makes it through.
Mighty Big Minus takes out Noble Archer by the billboard over there. Currently 68-61, green team leading.
I think it's important to look at where Mighty is right now in this game, score-wise. Because right now he is just the absolute dominant player.
Oh yeah, 33-12.
That is impressive.
Fat Guy in a Little Vibe also doing somewhat decent.
When he was able to push into the other base and just take out the unprepared blue players, because that was the only time that we saw someone actually wreaking havoc in there. And I don't think that the blue team was prepared for that.
Tao just got taken down, was absolutely surrounded by green players. Purple making a big push together, Rayborn and Noble coming up both together. And Rayborn appears to have double shotguns. He takes down just about everyone. Mr. Elmo gets him. Now Mr. Elmo's got double shotguns. Always a fun combo. Noble Archer coming up again. He is pushing deep.
Someone died in such a way that their gun just came flying over the barn.
That's always entertaining.
Was holding the position right up on the scoreboard, which is, again, one of those easy spots to kind of distract literally everyone on the other team.
He got taken down by Mr. Elmo, it looks like.
Yep, it's one of those positions where you might not be getting as many kills as the people who are actually going up straight through, but those kills won't happen without you being there.
Yeah.
And we see, oh, he's back up there, but someone was ready for it.
Yeah,
so
it looks like Fat Guy in a Little Vibe hit him.
74, green lead. They have less than 20 points to go to seal this, but Purple is right on their tail. But I will say they've had a pretty decent way of maintaining their lead since they regained it earlier. They haven't lost it yet, and they've been generally keeping it around 5 points or higher.
Green is one of those teams that talked a lot of strategy in their Discord channel. Since this is their last game, I can finally talk about what happens in the Discord channels. Mr. Elmo is a fantastic captain. I didn't know him a lot ahead of time, but we are so lucky to have had him in this league. Always talking strategy, encouraging people. Yeah, we're just so happy that he put his name forward, because he took a group of players that Mighty Big Minus is fairly well known. A lot of the rest of them aren't really super well known, but they're doing great things as a team, and I really credit Mr. Elmo with the amount of teamwork that's happened for this team. It's been really fantastic to watch.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting to see, especially in this game, the way that they've both put up very even pushes across the field. Because a lot of teams, you all spawn in the same spot, and they'll push up along that side and just leave the other side completely open. But we see that Blue, especially after the whole Mighty incident earlier, have been pushing very, very evenly across the field. You'll see that if someone takes the route through the barn, someone else will take the route through the shed over here, and another person will take the route over the tower. Basically,
Noble doing a
cutting
lot of
off all
damage on this
ability to
side.
push past.
Yeah.
So green team has just pushed past the 90-point mark. They're at 92 points.
Yeah,
Good
92
go
to 85.
with a 7-point lead right now.
Oh, it looks like I think Think got the grenades on this side, took out Mr. Elmo, who was sitting right behind them. Think is pushing fairly far back into green. Fat Guy and a Little Vibe just took him out. Noble Archer is also on the other side. Gets Mighty Big minus.
We're at 91-95 right now.
Up.
This is a really close game. It is still anybody's game right now.
Yeah, get a little bad luck on one side or the other, and it is over. Oh, someone just hit 2 grenades. They go fairly far to the back.
Down. That's actually going to be a pretty big marker here.
Because
if Mighty's not able to push.
Right now. 96-93.
Think and Noble are pushing up into the territory here. Think looking for someone to hit. He gets Mighty Big minus from behind, doesn't even see him, and also took down, looks like Fat Guy and a Little Vibe. He's on the hunt for someone else to shoot. And he catches Mr. Elmo almost totally unaware.
97.
Think is down, but he had a big push there. Noble Archer coming in.
96. 2 points.
Oh, wow.
97.
This is the point at which we might see them start to get really cautious.
99-97.
Here comes the grenade. Doesn't get anyone.
1 kill. That's all they need. Yeah,
there we go.
And that's it. Green takes it.
100 to 97. That was an insanely close game.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, we're all on top of each other.
Great game, guys. That was intense to watch.
Oh. Closest game.
That was awesome. All right, just gonna get the. Come on. Watch for real. What on earth? There we go.
Okay, guys. So as before, as in the other championship games, green team is gonna be blue. This round, purple will be red.
Can we switch out some players real quick?
Yes, you can.
I think this is going to be one of the more interesting parts. We get to see. Oh, I got to spectate. We got to see both teams just now playing with players that I think wouldn't necessarily be considered like their starters.
Yeah.
And so with that game, they might be kind of motivated to bring in their starters.
And
we'll be able to see what that looks like.
Yeah, gonna be a good one to watch.
Based on this last one, I think there's a very real chance we're gonna see 3 games. We see J2 Zoom come in.
Yeah.
I'll invite you back I'll get you back in the chat.
We see that Noble's still here, Tao's still here, and Think is still here. That's basically their starters.
I had a comment I just want to address. This might be weird, but can you mute drummer and touch in game so they don't echo when they talk in game? Good idea.
I'm not on in game.
I'm not. Yeah.
I don't have anything relevant to say to the players.
No, I'm on push to talk.
Yeah. No, but when you talk out loud, do you know what I mean?
Well, that's hard to know when I'm going to be talking out loud and when I'm not.
Yeah.
No, but I still hear you on Discord even if I mute you in game. So, Gerbil, remind me at the end to unmute drummer so that I'm not like, why aren't you talking to me later? But yeah, we don't need to hear each other in game because we're hearing each other over Discord. So
this is a very good point. So
though now we lose the Sunday thing, the effect.
Yeah,
I do enjoy the effect sometimes.
Sunday.
All right, yeah. So we'll all have to remember to unmute each other, or else we won't be able to talk at all. I can't hear you.
You guys are blue. Yes, go.
Yeah, switch sides. So if you were red before, go to blue. If you were blue before, go to red.
J2's putting on his jersey real quick.
Okay. All right. Someone came unprepared. Yeah, I didn't realize at the beginning of the season all the players got jerseys, but then they also went into boxes. So you see random people in the rec center with a Paintball League jersey on, and I'm like, wait, are you on No, I know that team. What's going on?
But- But our beautiful shirts did not go into
Yes.
Press the start button
Though
and
I thought I
select
heard
the
someone
game.
had one someday. I haven't seen it,
I
but
think Mr. Elmo had one.
oh, okay.
Really?
I did that too, actually. I did that
But
a lot last
so
game.
now we see they've brought in their players. We see that Mighty's still in, Fat's still in, but Borg and TBH are now in. Which
Mhm.
I know that Green Team wants to play their full team,
Yeah.
but I think that's kind of an interesting choice. Borg is definitely one of their starters. Mighty's definitely one of their starters. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how that turns out.
Zoom go.
Okay.
As we said in the last game, TBH has a very distinct playstyle from the rest of their team, so
Yes, that's very true.
it'll be interesting to see how that actually comes out in this game.
Okay, are we all? J2 Zoom still?
Looks like.
Do we need
I'm
someone to
just
leave
going
No,
still?
session.
Cow's here. No, they're all here. They're all here.
Yeah, but
So-
J2 Zoom's
so
not.
everyone, you need to
No,
make sure you're on the right
I'm
team, so
looking at the
green needs to be
previous
on red.
results.
No, sorry. Purple needs to be on red. Green needs to be on blue.
Play.
Which I think we're at.
I think,
So.
yeah. You guys ready to go?
All right, I'm gonna run out and get in place. I'm gonna give Fat here host powers to start the game, and once I give you the host powers, it means we're ready to go. Okay.
Teleport faster! I have a very far way to go. Well, this will be interesting. I may not see as much action this time if Green sets up their wall at the start of their end again. I might be really relying on
Well,
Drummer and
so
Touch Your Toes'
it's very different because Blue doesn't really have the same opportunity to set up that wall just due to the way that the field is set up. So that's what I was saying last time, that Blue has the
Press the
start of the
button
game,
on the scoreboard to play.
the ability at the start of the game to kind of create that advantage.
So is everyone ready?
Because it's they kind of have to seize the opportunity in the right way.
Mhm.
Blue
Rose,
doesn't,
Mom, are you guys
Red
ready
doesn't
for me
really
to
have
get
that
that-
same ability
get them
because
going?
of the way that their
Yeah,
entrance
I'm
is
ready.
kind of
I'm ready, Drummer.
formulated.
Commenters, anybody watching, if you want to see someone different from Noble Archer and Mighty on the follow cams this time, just let me know.
I still think that Think is going to be a pretty interesting feat if you have the ability to set that once or twice in the game.
Game on.
Alright, so traded sides. I have purple over here this time.
And
Noble
green over
Archer
here.
pushing up already. Purple hat is J2 Zoom, right? Yeah. And then Tau and Think. They actually sort of have a wall set up on this end right now, which is interesting because they were a lot more aggressive the last time.
Yeah, we do see TBH doing his thing, running out, pushing as far in as he can. Which, I mean, if he gets the kills, he gets the kills.
Yeah,
but
he's
I
got
think
2
that
hits so far doing that, so
in the overall scheme of Green's strategy, I don't know if that's the best thing to do.
yeah. I've switched my stream to Touch Your Toes point of view, but Drummer, if you have a good look at something, just let me know and I'll pop over to yours. It's hard for me to see on the teeny little stream mixer view what's going on.
Right now, most of my view is occluded by trees.
Oh, wah wah.
Yeah. I notice a lot of them are over on the left side, from my point of view, that is.
Yeah. I can see Borg inside the barn. And it
So-
looks like Mighty Big Minus up on the windmill.
Yep. Mighty actually has a very kind of interesting strategy back here. He can bounce around back in this little like corralled area.
Mhm.
And when he's kind of doing that, he's just like ridiculously hard to hit as he goes down. But the best success I've ever had against him in that setting is whenever you can get him to kind of break out of that area.
Mhm.
Or whenever you can force him to break out of that area. Because as long as he can hold it and he has the shield, he's very dangerous.
So it's important to note right now that the team scores are neck and neck, and have stayed so since, which is a pretty stark contrast from the start of the last game, where Green was able to pull out a pretty intense lead in the beginning. Right now, I haven't seen much of a difference of more than about 2, I think at most 3 points.
It's 17-18 right
two.
now. Mr. Elmo just commented on the Twitch stream, somebody pass me a paper bag.
Yeah, it's gonna be close. I think that Red has a slight advantage on this map, and so depending on how slight that advantage actually works out to, I think we could see a game even closer than the last one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Green is definitely not giving up anything. They've had the lead a few times already in this game, and while Purple is currently in the lead and has been able to take the lead back, they really haven't been able to hold it for very long, nor have they been able to push it out for very far. They said 2-3 at most, and it seems almost every point scored right now, there's one on the Green team to compensate for it.
Yeah, I think that definitely the 2 players to keep your eye on in this game are Think and Mighty, just because those 2 are like the technical masters on either side. They don't have, like, Borg is extremely good at aiming, and you have like TVH, who's just very aggressive, and Noble Archer, who's very aggressive and good at dodging. But those 2, it's interesting to see like where they go and what they like, the way that they're moving around the map, because they do that very differently and very, very intelligently from a lot of the other players.
I've got Purple is pushing up mostly together here. Think got taken down on the skinny side of the barn. He'll be joining his teammates in a moment, I'm sure. On the far side, I can't see super well, but it looks like Mighty Big Minus is sort of defending that skinny side of the barn with another one of the players. He's got
like
2 shields right now?
Blue base and is doing pretty good right now.
Why did he have 2 shields? Toes, do you have any insight from a player's point of view on why Mighty Big Minus would be running around with 2 shields?
If he had 2 shields in front of him and he decided to pick them up, there's really no advantage to that. There's nothing you can do.
So
maybe just keeping it away from the other team. Maybe he saw one and grabbed it, just to get it back away.
Wiped out blue base and is now and built up the biggest lead we've had all game. They were up to a 5-point lead after Tau came through and wiped everyone out.
Okay, TBH is actually back here. Took out quite a few people on this side of the map. And like you said, Toes, that's very different play style than the rest of his team.
But once again, we're seeing that matchup that's now back up to 43-44. Purple's still in the lead, but only by 1. They had a 5-point lead that was eliminated pretty fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the reasons you're going to see for doing something like picking up 2 shields is that a lot of the players kind of get in this automatic rhythm where they kill a player, they jump right on top of where they killed them, and then just like reach their hand down and grab a weapon without even looking at it. Which, if you killed a player with a or with a shield and a gun, like if the shield falls on top,
yeah,
you're going to end up picking up a shield instead of a gun.
Yeah. J2 Zoom checking a bunch of grenades from this end.
Purple's back up to a 6-point lead now.
Yeah, 53-47 for Purple. Okay, I'm gonna switch my view to Think. He's pushing up along the billboard.
I think that's going to be the most important thing for Green Team to do here. Is they've got to make sure that those red players can't get in behind them, because so far that's been the way that that red team's actually been getting any leads. It'll be neck and neck until one of their players gets in there and they'll pull out like a 5-point lead. Green will slowly whittle it away, but it all gets thrown away the moment that a red player gets back there.
I'm switching my view to Tau, who is pushing up the left.
Up one side, but it's leaving it wide open for Tau to come in the other side. Although it looks like someone saw him. He caught them out.
Here comes
Yeah.
Tao again.
Towers make it into the base.
Ooh, he had an open run there, but I don't know if he knew that. And that allowed Fat Guy to get up on top of the
Yep.
container there, which that's those two containers there are essential for keeping your base cleared, because you can get a clear shot at the windmill, you can get a clear shot of basically anywhere that someone could be coming in.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll see a lot of people kind of pop up there. Ooh, Borg just threw the shield back into their base. I think they're trying to keep that available for Mighty.
Mm-hmm. 69-61 currently. Oh, 70-61 for purple. 70-63. I'm going to stop correcting myself when announcing the score. It just changes too fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, but purple has definitely pulled out a pretty strong lead here. It's not over by any stretch of the imagination, but it's definitely a strong lead. We're only a 6-point difference between the two.
Borg pushing all the way in. This could be kind of the point that Blue's been needing. If they're able to get players to push back in there consistently.
Is that fat guy in a little vibe chucking grenades off the top? Oh, he's down now.
So looking at the scores right now, not the overall score, but the actual individuals' scores, Tao has definitely been the most valuable this game. He's currently sitting at 26 hits, 21 outs. And to echo what Touch was saying earlier about TBH's playing style,
I have
while he's
Mighty
been a
and
very
Borg
big-
back here together.
while he's been a pretty big, he's got a pretty good hit count, his out count is higher than anyone else playing.
Well,
did
again,
Mighty get to?
that doesn't. The most important thing to look at is
he's down
kills
now.
minus outs. Anything else is just the speed of the game.
Yeah.
So, if you see a player that's able to get like 30 kills, 20 deaths, compared to a player that's able to get like 4 kills, 1 death, the 30 kills, 20 did a lot better.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. And TBH right
Yeah.
now is sitting at 24 hits, 28 deaths. So he's actually got a negative net right now.
Yeah, he's accelerating the game and not in the way that Green's gonna want.
Both teams have crossed the 80-point mark. It's only a 4-point difference between them, with 84-80. Purple still in the lead.
I think in a lot of these one-on-one matchups, it's interesting to see how the players are able to react when they're moving around each other, because I know that some players are a lot better at kind of spinning around than others. So you'll see a player like Borg, who, if you end up in a face-to-face with him, you're going to regret it. But you see players kind of getting behind him, and he takes a while to turn around. So if you see these other players kind of getting a little bit of a drop on him by being able to get behind him when they see him face-to-face.
Tie
Well,
game,
those are
Zhang
the
Yi points out.
green-
88-88.
Yeah, Green has
Yep.
fought their way back up, and yeah, they're they're currently leading actually 91-88 Green right now.
Mighty Big Minus at 31-16. That is a
He
very,
is
very
really-
solid ratio.
Yeah. 92-89. We are. This is going to be another really close one.
Yeah, you see this very coordinated defense coming from the blue
Green
side
is
right
in the
now.
lead right now. 93-90.
390.
You can tell they're trying to hold on to their lead. They probably understand at this point that any of the times that someone is able to push in past them, that's going to make them pay a huge price. Which, at the same
93-92.
time, Noble just pushed right behind them.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see what he's able to do.
But
I don't
it
think
looks
he
like
knows
they're
where they
keeping
are,
him
though.
off. Yep, he's coming behind. He's out.
Yep.
97-94.
He couldn't keep track of them.
98-95. This is really. 99.
And Noble pays the price right there.
99-97.
I mean, yeah. You see that a lot. Noble went for the grenades rather than
Green takes
clearing
it.
the area around him.
Blue team wins.
Green takes the championship. Third place position.
Game. Good game, guys.
GG, guys.
Great, same score as the previous game. That was insane.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good job,
Mighty,
Mike.
I want a high five.
Guys, great games. I mean, really
score,
great
same
games.
Start.
Both games 97 to 100. That is insanely close. Those are really great games to watch.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, I think this set of games came down largely to the ability of the teams, or the ability of Green Team specifically, to come up with a very consistent strategy and execute it well.
Good job, man.
All right, guys. Mama, touch those. So you just want to party up so we can go to the next room because we got
Sure.
10 minutes till the next game.
Okay, see
All
ya.
right. Are we gonna take a quick streaming break?
There, guys.
Um,
Awesome.
I
or-
figure stop the stream and then we start another one up when we get in the next room.
All right. So Twitch, we will be back momentarily. We're just gonna switch to the next room. Thank you
So we
guys
were
all
told
so
we would
much.
Be getting golden guns. Or are they?
Yes, I don't have them right now,
I
but
know. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
no,
Press the start
definitely there will be golden guns for third place. So
Great team.
Cool. Just a
That's
note,
not-
real quick, to especially the two of you. This has been so fucking awesome. Thank you so much for all the work you've done on this. This is just beyond awesome. And super congrats for getting the whatever gig you got going with AG.
yeah, I'm super excited about it still.
Guys,
Cool.
it's been really nice seeing you guys
Alright.
play. You guys have. It's been a lot of fun watching this.
Yeah,
I
it's
love how
been
well this
great
worked
to
into
watch.
Just,
Yeah,
yeah, just lots of tight games.
Like my grenades throwing at you?
Okay.
I
I'm gonna go
did. That
take
was
a quick
entertaining.
power nap
Thank you.
Before we watch the final, right?
Yeah, those are my cousins.
What was that, Mighty?
Elmo's giving us.
10 minutes. 10 minutes. Don't miss the next game. 10 minutes.
Oh, only 10
Can we,
minutes.
can we do a quick recap before we close the stream, or did you already close it?
I didn't close it, but let's
I've
go to the
already
next
closed mine.
room and we'll do it there.
Wait, are we going to the next game?
I just want to address quickly something that Mighty Big Minus said in the last room. He said, congrats on whatever gig I have with AG. If there's anyone watching Twitch who doesn't know, I actually got a job with Against Gravity for the next 3 months or so. I'm the community support coordinator. I'm not doing this as an official job duty. I'm doing it as a volunteer. So just want to clarify that. All right, should we do a... Touch Your Toes said he wanted to do a wrap up before we close off the stream.
I think
I've already
specifically
closed
in
out
that
mine.
game, what we saw so Purple came in. They're a team with, I think, a lot more individual superior talents.
Mhm.
Because we see players like Tao, Think, J2 Zoom, Noble Archer,
Mhm.
all of those individually great players.
Mhm.
But what we saw
Press
is
the start
Green
button on the
Team was able
scoreboard
to
to
just
play.
keep this very tight front that you couldn't pierce behind. And the only times that they did start doing poorly is when someone could pierce behind it. So,
Mhm.
seeing how they were able to just kind of hold that the entire time I think that's what helped them win over what would normally be the better team.
Yeah, amazing teamwork from Green Team, and yeah, they were fantastic to watch this season. I really enjoyed seeing the strategy and the camaraderie in that team. It was really fantastic.
Yep.
All
It
right,
worked out.
well,
They took third place. That was an impressive shakeup. I honestly,
mhm.
I can say honestly, I did not expect it to go that way. I had a strong feeling it was going to go the other way. It was really
Yeah.
impressive seeing how much Green came together.
I did think it was going to be tight, but I agree. I did think Purple was probably going to take it. So awesome job, Green Team.
Press the
That
start
was a
button on the
really
scoreboard to
great
play.
effort.
Mhm.
They did a really good and Purple put a hell of a game forward too. They didn't give an inch.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to close off this Twitch stream. We're going to take maybe a 2-minute break, and we'll be back very soon. All right, see you soon, Twitch. If I can find Twitch, where's my Twitch? OBS. There we go. Okay, bye, Twitch.